This is Eyes on America. The unbiased truth. You find it here. Why the people speak and why the people express themselves. It is based upon many options. Today, I'll speak about reality and I speak about the paradigm. The paradigm, since the paradigm, I explain what's the paradigm. Since the paradigm is part of the culture and reality that we live every day, I'm going to pass briefly about the culture and briefly about the disconnect that created between the United States of America and the Arab countries because of the culture. If somebody today asks you, what's the culture? What's the culture? What you're going to say to him? The culture is, I consider it, is the nation identity. It's the identification of a nation. What's American culture? American culture is based upon what Americans do from their life. The culture is defined by three things: by norms, rituals, and tradition. I'm going to go briefly about it because there is a genius today. He is in process of creating a peace paradigm for the world. Before we go to the peace paradigm that created by this genius, what I'm going to say today about this genius particularly, I could never have said it a year ago because the circumstances then are different from the circumstances now, and I am personally believe in action speaks louder than words. A man characterized by three things: what he thinks he's accomplished in his life, what he thinks about his own self, and how the people view him, and what he accomplished. Three things to evaluate each one of us. But before I go to the genius and how he doing what's he doing, because based upon his own inner intuition, I will go to the culture and have it then quickly to excel to the paradigm. Norms, rituals, and tradition. Norms is the thing that we do every day. You put a suit and go out, or you put a jeans and you go out, no one will hold it against you. You're going to the football, you are not going to the football, no one will hold it against you. It is common thing that everyone does not hold you responsible for it, does not hold it against you. Thus, they call it the norm. It's the norms. Then the ritual. The ritual is a little bit higher. It's one notch higher. Like you're going to a church. You're going to a church, or you're going to a synagogue, or you're going to a mosque. Preacher is speaking, or a rabbi is speaking, or the clergy is speaking. People all tentatively listening and focusing. And all of a sudden, a guy stand up and talking to his wife about his mother-in-law loudly. Everyone will circle around and say, shh, take it home. Not here, not now. That is, and that's ritual. That is higher. That is a little bit higher than normal. Now, you have the normal, you have the norms, you have the rituals. Tradition is more higher, more notch higher than what it is. Tradition is, you have America football. This is something that America accepted it for a long time. The football, it is something that very defining to America. Marriage, that's something that traditional, all the people, they go marry. They go to marry, they go to synagogue, they go to a church, they go to a mosque and get married. It's tradition. Then the subculture, which is part of the main culture. You go to a German town, you find the people in marriage, they all dress in Bavarian. You go to a Jewish town, you find all the people dressed in Jewish clothes. You find to Irish area, you find all the people dressed in Irish, and then they have the pipe. So that's a subculture. They kept a subculture. All of it is a culture. Define the nation of that area. When we come to paradigm, the paradigm is an idea. It's an idea, uncontested idea. Uncontested idea. The idea that 80% of people does not contest it. The best characterization for a paradigm, is the Swiss watch, 1970s, 1960s, 1970s, Swiss watches. No one contests Swiss watches. No one contests Swiss watches. Swiss watches at that time, West End, jovial, rumor. If you have a Swiss watch, oh, everyone is saying, oh, wow, you have a Swiss watch. You have a Swiss watch. Excuse me. Back up. Uh, excuse me. Something came in my screen concerning the URL. Something new. It's unexpected. The Swiss watches are the paradigm at that time in the Swiss watches. Until the Japanese discovered, until the Japanese invented his electronic watch. Electronic watch, late 70s, the first electronic watch introduced Seiko Seiko or Seiko, I cannot recall the exact, is Seiko, since the man is Japanese. That watch is today became uncontested. Absolutely no Swiss watches can match this watch, and the Swiss watch paradigm is phased out. If today ask any person, what's a Swiss watch? Do you have a Swiss watch? They say, what is that? Today, the watches, the electronic watches, you can go to space. You have them in space. You can go to the ocean and swim 300 yards deep in the ocean. Swiss watches, they have no consideration anymore. No one even remembers Swiss watches. So the paradigm is broken. No more paradigm about Swiss watch. The other paradigm that I'm going to talk about, which is most important because the genius has broken that paradigm. The paradigm, the war paradigm. After the Second World War, in the last end of the 20th century, it's a war paradigm. You cannot protect your nation unless you have the strongest military. You have the strongest military. You have the strongest, deadliest weapon as nuclear weapon. A delivery system, reliable delivery system, very dangerous paradigm. It is all based on war manufacturing, war and everything that destroy the world. One nuclear country can destroy all of us, destroy itself and destroy everyone else. Here we come to the peace paradise. President Trump. President Trump is the person I'm talking about. He is the person that creating his own peace paradise. It doesn't matter how, as I said, we evaluate the people through our intuition. So our impression about them and what they accomplish. Our intuition about him is based upon the circumstances. Excuse me. It is based upon life experiences and the surrounding and the event that created the evaluation. All the evaluation that evaluated is biased and based upon political gain. That's no kissing ring. I'm not kissing ring. But that's a reality. That is not him. He is different. He is totally different. From inside in his intuition is peaceful intuition. He has a vision to the world in the future to live without a nuclear, without fights. Why he came with that idea? Because he wanted to bridge two generations that one believe in war in the 20th century, migrated the same attitude migrated to 21st century by people who believe in that paradigm, war paradigm and nuclear and destruction and fight, military equipment manufacturing. His mindset is not for that. His mindset is business and prosperity. Make money, enjoy it, live happy. Don't fight. If two children in the house fight, the dad or mom turn around, don't fight. Be smart. Today's, that's how we look at the world. Our generation, that generation is different. We are old and it's no longer valid for future. Today's generation, the idea that make him, I imagine, to create his peaceful paradise is today's generation are different from us, completely no comparison with us. Why is that? Why? If I ask you today's generation are different than us, what's your answer? What's your answer for me? You will not have an answer. But he figured it out more than anyone of many one of his peers around him. As always, he always read it right. He always read his peers around him correct. A person grew up in New York, which is the most sophisticated city in the world, able to navigate his life through the most sophisticated society as New York, make himself a president twice. That's not a joke. That is not an easy thing, yes, you wish to happen. That is something naturally by the common sense that this individual has on him to navigate his way through everyone around him and to make himself heard and respected and make himself twice president of the United States of America. Now, how he figured out this generation is different and it deserves to live in peace in 30, 40 years from now. Because very simple fact, I imagine. Today's social media has made the entire world one city. One city. There is no 007 to go to spy in China to bring information. There is no 007 to go to Russia. That is gone. That obsolete. Today there is no 007. All the children here in the media, LOL, 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 LOL from China, LOL to Los Angeles, LOL from Los Angeles to Australia, laugh out loud. LOL, laugh out loud. All the kids in the world today connected. Laugh out loud the whole night. Trump is a person that has the phone in his hand all the time. He understood these children more than any one of us. No one can contest that. He is a person able to connect using his common sense, that always the common sense that brought him from New York to the White House. That's why he saw this generation is different than us. They're all LOL. Why are you doing that? Why you do that? They're always together. Children from China talking to children in New York, children in New York talking to children in London. The whole day laugh out loud. They connected. They are no longer in the mood. They are no longer insecure to have a nuclear weapon. That is not anything. Besides, there are small drones. There are small drones. They can go and carry small loads. They do the job. You don't have to have a nuclear weapon. President Trump, peace paradise based upon understanding. Us or United States, what the difficulty he has, what the difficulty he passing through right now, because of the all the generations, their mindset, they have to have a traditional enemy. As we say, the tradition is something that we already explained what tradition is. The poor paradigm has to have a traditional enemy. Russia is an enemy of the United States, that old paradigm. Why Russia is an enemy of the United States? Because they have the nuclear, early nuclear, a very, early generation with nuclear. That make them traditional enemy. President and other people that realistic, and they calculate their own thing different than us. And other people who calculated, they see it different than us. Russia and other countries, they have the same media, social media. Russia had changed. President Gorbachev sat with Bush. President Gorbachev of Russia talked to Reagan, sat with Bush, brought democracy, demolished the war, the wall, united Germany, and he came and lived and died in the United States presidio. Died right there. Is that a change of attitude? People do not want war anymore. This is not something that a normal human being, a person with common sense, like the the new paradigm creator, the peace paradigm creator, he look at it different because he calculate and measure things by realistic things. President Putin and President Trump, they understand each other very well. Why? Because they have common sense. President Putin came here in the past. I imagine he came to see whether he proceed what Gorbachev has started or to improvise a system that makes his country go forward and also to a measure to coexist with the rest of the countries, called symbiosis. Symbiosis. What's a symbiosis? If I ask you what's a symbiosis, what you gonna say to me, symbiosis? Symbiosis is a process that guarantee survivalism. Like the best characterization for symbiosis is animal in the jungle. You find a zebra and the gazelles and the guinea. I I was disconnected before I complete this video. Symbiosis. I stopped in symbiosis. Symbiosis, as I said, is the best characterization for symbiosis is animal in the jungle. Zebras, giraffe, gazelles, ostriches, they live together because none of them eats the other. No one eats the other one. They are friends. They live together. That's a symbiosis. Mutual understanding, mutual perspectives, mutual future, and so forth. President Putin kept his friendly line with America as it is. Then he turned to his people, they get used to a traditional style, traditional way to do their life. They don't know anymore, they don't know more than it. They live 70 or 80 years under a system that they get used to it. Have a card, you go, you get your food, you get your supply, you get everything, you good. They get used to that. That's their lifestyle. That's the traditional acceptable style for them. You take it away, they don't know what to do. A lot of them become homeless. A lot of them migrated. Crime everywhere. So he crafted something that make him coexist with his former enemies, European and American, and something to make him acceptable in his society. The president has saw that. He saw it. He understood it. He understood it. Communication happened between these two people. Peace happened. Why peace happened? Because the intuition of our genius helped him to read the situation right more than his rivals. I hope no one upset from this, because it's my personal opinion and this is how you see things. Things seen by geniuses different than us. Different than us. A lot of us human beings, we get caught in politics and gain. But geniuses, they have different point of view to life. They see long distance, 50 years, 100 years, 200 years. They make plans for that long. You cannot put the LOL generation with baby boom's generation. It does not work. The mindset is different. Goals are different. This how he look at the world today. Middle East problem. Peace in Middle East between Arabs and Jews. No one in America in the past had done what President Trump had done today. No one. They tried, but they never reach the point he reached today. Peace in Middle East is not a joke. Middle East problem is lingering and hot in the most holy place in the world. Mountain Zion is a holy spot for Jewish people. Very holy spot. Church of the Nativity is a very important hot place ever for Christian. Aqsa Mosque is a very important second holy place in earth for Arabs and Muslims. War in that place since Father Abraham never stopped. Might might stop for few years and continue. That area is so beautiful area. If it became peaceful, if all stood up for peace and supported the genius in his peace paradigm that he started creating, everyone will enjoy that place. That area is the most beautiful area. Israel, Palestine, Lebanon, Syria, stretch all there to Turkey, Istanbul. This stretch, Levantine, is the most beautiful area in earth. European all piled up in summer in Lebanon before the war. All European piled up in Lebanon. Eat hummus, eat beautiful food, enjoy the beautiful weather. 70 years. No one had thought seriously about solving it other than President Trump. President Sadat and Menachem Begin of President Sadat of Egypt, Menachem Begin of Israel, they both had tried peace. They sat with Carter in Camp David. President Sadat assassinated by a fanatic religious group, Anwar Dawari group killed President Sadat. Menachem Begin lost the election. That's a good try. That's a try. Second, Ishaq Isaac Rabin. Isaac Rabin, he born in Israel. He born in Israel. And he took and he liberated a lot of part for Israel in that place. He took Jerusalem. And he came here to the United States to make, accepted the roadmap and went back. He was assassinated. He was assassinated by a very vicious, radical student. And after that, until today, radical group and Netanyahu linger until today. They're circling around right now concerning Trump plan for peace. President Trump plan for peace is a win-win for everyone. It's a win-win for everyone because all my life I was a little young man. All my life I want to see peace in that place because that's the most beautiful and holy place. His plan is win-win for everyone. Construction companies, American companies, European companies, Arab companies, they need years, 4, 5, 6 years. Great business to build every piece in that area. They will not complete it before 4, 5 years, 6 years. A business for everyone. You give a people that their dignity and pride. You secure Israel children and grandchildren. No one had to worry about getting stabbed, getting killed, getting attacked. Secure the entire area. The most characterization for this is a new in-process peace paradigm. Dignity and pride. No one characterized it better than Mohammed bin Salman last week when he sat with President Trump. Mohammed bin Salman of Saudi Arabia, he's a young, smart, focused, intelligent young man. He represents the part of the Arab culture, which is the most important part of the Arab culture is the honor. Mohammed bin Salman calculation for the two-state solution is the correct calculation, same way President Trump wanted and everyone else wanted. All the Arab wanted. Today, Israel accept two-state solution. There is no country in Europe will not make peace with Israel. Sudan and all the Sudanese. They will ask General Borhan to put his Sudanese gown and go to Mohammed bin Salman, and both of them go to Israel and shake hands with President Trump because he brought the peace to the area. No one. Peace with Israel is essential. It's necessary. It's important because will be no more fight. Palestinians, they will have their dignity. They cannot fear anymore a Jewish settler that he came from part of the world, Central America or South America, live in Israel, to be emboldened to a level that to go and kill a human being and take his home. He cannot do this from the place he came from. He cannot kill a person in Brazil or Argentina and take his land. He will go to jail. He cannot kill a person in Poland and take his land. He will go to jail for that. But he is so emboldened by protection from a most powerful country in the world, and never held responsible. And he knows he will never get held responsible from his peers. President Trump saw that. He don't want it anymore. Peace will come with justice. Mohammed bin Salman, the minimum request he asked from Trump, which is the minimum request all the Arabs that intelligent and smart and they want peace and prosperity in the world. They want what Mohammed bin Salman has said. Two-state solution. Simple thing. Keep everyone in his side. Give them their rights. Give them their pride. Give them their dignity. Younger generation, communication. Communicating very well. LOL. Why are you doing that? That's what Trump said. That's what Trump said. Because he always communicating right. This is a fact. So why we don't look at reality and accept it? Why? The question is why we do not look at reality and accept it as it is. Because this is what it is. Nothing else. What we live, this is what is it. What we live, this is what we have in life today. Sudanese problem, President Trump want to solve it. But the disconnect comes from the approach. Sudanese people love America very much. Very much. But the disconnect is from America's side. Culture, honor. That side of the world is based upon the culture and honor. Sudanese will accept Trump's solution if Trump did not use United Arab Emirates to discuss Sudanese problem. Sudanese, they have a governor. The general in charge of Sudanese army, he is a normal He is a natural authority for the country at this time. People have no problem with that. You cannot put him as equal with a general, self-appointed general, four grade graduate, 4 year grade, four grade, 4 years, four grade. He never been to education other than 4 years in elementary school. Shepherd, Camel Shepherd. In a moment of history was brought by General Bashir to suppress rebels in the area. And that moment in history gave him opportunity to be appointed. And mistake happened 2019, put him in a position, very powerful position, to enrich himself from Darfur gold. He enriched himself from Darfur gold. He's selling himself to America through United Arab Emirates as he is a peacemaker. He wants to make peace with Israel. He wants to make peace and the Muslim Brotherhood taking over Sudan, and he wants Muslim Brotherhood out. Well, Muslim Brotherhood are no longer there. There is no Muslim Brotherhood in Sudanese world today. All Sudanese are behind General Burhan because General Hemeti and his other opportunistic groups, they raped their force, raped women, raped young girls, displaced all the country. They destroyed everything. They destroyed all utilities. They scorched earth. Scorched earth. Completely scorched earth. They have no place. They have no moral. They have no integrity. They have no pride. There is no place for them in Sudan in future. The only place for them Sudan future is a punishment. Punishment that based upon Sudanese laws. Military person who raised weapon against uniform active army should be punishable by army rules. Civilian that cooperated with that system need to be punished by civilian law, Sudanese civil law. They cannot sit or accept to sit to discuss their return back. They are criminals. They are no longer accepted. President Trump can make it happen. Absolutely can make it happen. By stopping United Arab Emirates completely from supporting General Hemeti in Darfur. Al-Fashir was seized. They exterminate 463 patients in hospital. 463 patients, doctors and nurses included. They burn people alive. They burn people in containers alive. They killed 2,700 civilians in their homes. Or Al-Fashir was almost exterminated. These are not people to sit with them. The disconnect between American politics and the probes they send, the probe, they go to United Arab Emirates, to Egypt. They crafted something that is not acceptable to please the probe. They think they think that will please the probe. The probe want to know the truth, to present it. But that is their mindset. They think that's the way they can please America. They just say, accept what he has in his mind. What the probe has in his mind, this has always been disconnection, always been disconnect. What the probe has in his mind is the same idea the foreign relation committees had it in their agenda, which is totally based upon assumptions, not upon reality on the ground. Reality on the ground, the probe does not have access to it without sitting and listening to the people who has boots on the ground to give him the details. Satellites, telephone conversations, telephone listening to. It is not the whole picture. The horrible, terrifying picture that make the locals make their decision about American probe is disconnected. Disconnected. As I said, first government, civilian government. People outside with General Hemeti and others are not included. But any civilian government come next year or a year after will have peace. Will have peace with Israel when the time is right. Will have peace with Israel when the time is right. Two-state solution is a correct decision, and that's the time is right. Peace paradigm that created by a good-hearted president, we all need to stand behind him. We all need to support him. We all need to be on board with him, because 40, 50 years from now, we are not going to be here. 40, 50 years from now, nuclear is not needed. LOL generation communicating very well. And they deserve their own choice to have their own world and their future. From the bottom of my heart, it's not emotion. It is a fact that based upon a visionary. President Trump is a visionary. If you like it or you don't like it, you need to think about it. He is a visionary. Peaceful world. Nothing more than happiness and prosperity. Aggression and bigotry that should be migrated long time ago with 20th century and never cross to the 21st century. Bulky rockets are not needed anymore. Nuclear destruction is not needed anymore. So far, I think I gave my message, and I wish from the bottom of my heart to leave the politics and nonsense and fear and hate behind and line up, line up behind the president for peace and take the Middle East problem down. Secure that region and bring happiness and prosperity because that's the key to all this problem. There is no place hotter than that place at this time. I believe Ukrainian problem is almost there. President is almost there. But the Middle East problem will be there, will be out completely if we all supported the good heart president and stand behind him. So far, I'm satisfied with the message that I had, and I wish all of you beautiful evening. And you have a great night. Bye bye.